Hello, I am Leanna with tipbee.com, and today I wanted to show you Calcbot on the iPad. Calcbot is a calculator application. It is in fact a universal app, so it will work on both your iPad and your iPhone for one price. The app is very basic, it's to the point, so this will be a quick review, but it's a good app. It's a scientific calculator. So right here it looks like it's just a basic function calculator, but if I swipe to the, I get more functions that are available, and then even hitting the shift brings in a few more. Just gives me the inverses. Okay, so over here is my tape of all of my previous calculations. You can see them all here. If I tap the little settings button, which I thought was going to be settings but isn't, I can send the tape as an email, or I can clear the tape. If I want to reuse any of my calculations, I just tap which one I want, and I can use the result, use the expression, copy, or send in an email, or even just delete it. I can also delete by swiping and then delete. Sorry, I'm looking through the camera, and so it's messing up there we go. Delete like that. Okay. So here's my calculator. Let's go ahead and do y to the x. So if you have an x and a y, the y is the first number you enter and x is the second number you enter. I found this a little bit counterintuitive. I thought x was going to be the first and y the second, or in this case it would make sense, but there are some other functions where I thought it would make more sense for the x to come first. But that's irrelevant. As long as you remember that y is the first button, then you should be good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and do like 2, this, and then cubed. So that gave me 2 cubed, which is 8. And if I go ahead and re-tap it, let's say use expression, you can see right here, let me see if I can zoom in on it. It shows what buttons I have entered. So it shows 2, and then the y to the x, and then 3. So it's a nice way to be able to keep track of what buttons you were pressing. Now let's go ahead and do the reverse, and let's find the cubed root of 8. So 8, let's go ahead and clear. 8 cubed is 2. And if I were to zoom in on here, you would see the little button that I just hit. If I want to, let's say I want to find the sine of 45, come over here and hit sine, and there we go. And right up here on the top, it tells me if I'm dealing in radians or degrees. So right now I'm in radians. There's a button down here that I can tap to give me degrees. So since I hit in 45, I was likely, I was actually thinking degrees. So now my answer is correct in degrees. So that is the sine of 45 degrees. I can go ahead and go back to radians if I like. Let's see, we've also got 1 over x, x squared, x cubed. So instead of how earlier I was just typing in, I did 2 cubed, I could have just hit 2, come over here, and done cubed. We've also got log and e to the x and natural log. We've got pi, factorial. Let's go ahead and see. Let's look at 4 factorial is 24. One thing I did notice that's kind of annoying is right now I just did this and it didn't show up here. My answer is there, so to me I'm done. However, I have to hit the equal sign for it to show up on my tape. So if it's very important that you keep track of your previous calculations, make sure you're hitting the equal sign every single time. If I hit the shift, I get all my inverse trig functions, and then I get 2 to the x and log base 2. Whereas previously I had natural log and e to the x. So there isn't a lot of functions, but it's all your basic scientific calculator functions. So if that's all you need, this is a great little calculator. It's nice and big, making it really easy to hit the numbers, to find what you want, even provides a tape. If you don't like the tape, if you go in portrait mode, let me refocus, then all you have is your calculator. So it kind of cleans up the tape if you're not interested in it. And then again, swiping left to right to bring in your other functions. I'm going to go back into landscape. So that's the gist of it. I mean, over here we've got about. You can turn the sounds on or off. I don't know if you're able to hear it in this camera, but there's just little clicking sounds. You can turn those off, and you can round for currency, and then visit their website. So there we go. That is Calcbot on the iPad, and this is Leanna with Tippy.com. Thank you.